Them slick girls get me every time. Them slick girls could get every time. Them slick girls get me.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode starring your girl Brie Lachelle, and we finna get right into it. This is a story time about, what am I gonna title this? I don't know. Pool party gone wrong. Girl, child, whoever watching this, I don't know. Alright, so boom. This was when quarantine just started. It was 2020 and the party happened in August. So yeah, so it was in August. So anyway, my friend Amari, she was having a pool party. She was hosting it with her other friend, and it was a BNB, and it was in Long Beach. So she was like, oh, you should come, da, da, da. And I knew about the party like weeks in advance. So I had asked my mom like a week before, like, oh, like next week I'm gonna go to this party, like me and Amari, we're gonna go, whatever. And mom was like, okay. So the day, I think it was the day of, so the day of the party, I asked my mom was like, party? Like, what party? Like, you know how black parents be like, you asking something in advance and then it's time for the actual event, and then they be like, what? I never said that, so da da da. So anyway, whatever. So my mom, it was like 3 o'clock. So mom ended up dropping me off at the B&B or whatever, and then I don't remember how or what happened, but I think she either said if she dropped me off, she wasn't picking me up, or if she was to drop me off, she wasn't gonna pick me up till like 1 in the morning or something like that, because she had something to do that day. So that was fine, so whatever. So we showed up. It was already people in the house, you know, saw the homegirl, saw the other girl, like, hey, everybody, you know, whatever. So what happened after that? Oh, so yeah, so we all just sitting on the couch, we chilling and stuff, people coming in. I think it was actually like really early when I came, because when I came, I believe her and the other host and other people who had stayed the night there was still getting dressed or whatever. So yeah, so I was there, we was chilling and stuff, and then we went out back to the pool and stuff. Yeah, so we was all just saying what's up, blah, blah, blah. And then we went upstairs. I went upstairs because it was Amari and me, and then the other girl that was hosting, and then this other boy, whatever. So they was like, oh, let's take a shot, da 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 da. Y'all, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that. That's not my body. That's not what I do. Drinking is nasty. It tastes nasty, it smells nasty. All of it is just, all that stuff is just nasty. So we went upstairs. She was like, oh, Brie, let's take a shot, da da da. I don't know why, but it seems like that was a big old shot to me. Like, a shot is just a little whoop, like, no. It was the little mini red Solo cups, and she filled it up to, like, you know, if it was, you know, I'm talking about, like a little Solo cup, and it had like that little line at the top, whatever. So she filled it up all the way up to there, and y'all, it was Henny. I don't like alcohol, period, but it was Hennessy. Like, I would just So she was like, okay, ready? Y'all, I asked her, I said, because it was apple juice and stuff right there, little chasers. So I was like, give me the apple juice. And she was like, no. She said, Amari was like, she said, no, just drink it. She was like, hey, bro. She was like, hey, bro, don't, she said, don't spill my liquor or something like that. Or like, she said, you better not spit it out. That's what she said. She was like, you better not spit it out. Y'all, everybody was in there like, well, I say everybody, it was only like 4 of us, but they were just like, they took it and they were just like, this is me. I'm like, that's me taking a shot. Like, I couldn't just put it all in my mouth and then just swallow it like that. Like, no, I had to do it little by little, because if I just did it all straight, just in one shot, I would have threw it up. So I'm like, okay. So he took a shot, whatever. And then this is when, you know, people starting to come, people starting to show up. The boy that was there, he doesn't really need a nickname or whatever, but I mean a name. But what am I gonna call him? Balenciaga. No, that's too long. What am I gonna call him? He don't really need a nickname. I'm just calling him Gucci. Okay, whatever. So Gucci was outside. It had a, what's it called, a backyard, whatever, like, you know where the pool at, the back of the house. So we was all outside. His peoples is starting to come. He was like, oh, are we still getting in the pool and stuff like that, because it's still early. It was like maybe 3, almost 4 o'clock, whatever, and we all came in bathing suits and stuff. So he started cleaning the pool, whatever, and we sit at this table, and it's me, I don't think Amari was there. It's me, this other girl, and 2 other girls. I don't want to say the names because, like, they're not really relevant to the story. But yeah, we all just sit at the table talking, chatting, and stuff like that. But I went to school with them. We all went to school together and stuff. So it's like, we're not strangers. So it's like, I see you, make conversation, hey. And it was this boy. Now, we going to call this boy, we going to call him, no, that's too obvious. That's too obvious. We going to call him, what am I gonna call him? Okay, I'm gonna call him Blunt. I'm gonna call him Blunt because he smokes. He smokes a lot. So we gonna call him Blunt. So Blunt sitting at the table, rolling the blunt with his homeboy, whatever. So he's sitting there like, he asked my homegirl, because my homegirl Mari, she's running like, she's in and out the house because she's like, I think she was trying to make sure like nobody was like leaving their trash and stuff behind, because it is a BNB and stuff, and you get charged and stuff for stuff like that. So she was just in and out the house, make sure things was going good, whatever. So she came to the table, came and chilled with us and stuff like that. And then Blunt asked her, he was like, is that nigga, what am I gonna call this other dude? I should have came up with some nicknames, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. So we gonna call the other dude, we gonna call him Bob. Okay. So we gonna call him Bob. So Blunt is sitting there rolling the blunt table. He was like, he asked Amari, he was like, hey, is that nigga Bob here? Like, he was like, because if it is, it's gonna be a problem. Like, and then she was like, oh, like, don't start that stuff, like, you know, because it was really a chill thing. Like, you know, it's a pool party, we here for good vibes and stuff like that. Like, we not trying to, you know. It was like, is that nigga Bob here? She's like, don't start none of that, da 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 da. It's cool. He not worried about you. Like, you know, y'all just relax. And then somebody came over there and said, like, bro, somebody said something too Blunt. I don't remember what he said, but somebody said something, or like somebody was like, oh, what if, girl, I'm sorry, this happened a minute ago, but somebody said something to him. I don't remember. So Blunt had a friend. His friend was at the table with him. Like, we was all sitting at the table. So his friend whispered to him. It wasn't really a whisper for real, but like, you know, he said it on the low. Like, on the low, like, not everybody would hear, but if you was at the table, you heard what he said. So he was like, hey, bro, like, he was like, my homie live not too far from this BNB. Like, you want me to go get it? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, he was like, you want me to go get it? Like, he got it. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? So he said, I can go get it. And that's when I'm sitting at the table. I'm like, should I go? Should I tell my mom to turn back around? Like, is it time to go? Is the party ending early? Like, what's going on? Because if you, like, it's time to go. So his friend didn't end up going to go get it. I think he was like, no, like, it's cool, like, he chilling, whatever, like that. So he still had the blunt sitting there rolling, kicking it, chilling, stuff like that. The boy, what I call him, Gucci. So Gucci had cleaned the pool because people was gonna get in, or that's what we thought. People want to get in and stuff like that, but nobody ended up getting in the pool, because honestly it was hot that day. But I think since the party kind of started late, like, it was past 3, like when I showed up it was a little breeze, so like it was a little bit too cold to get in the pool. But nobody ended up getting in the pool anyway. Everybody was there just smoke and drink, and you know what people be doing these days, nobody be there to like dance or, you know, chill and have a vibe. I said, what I say? I don't know. People's definition of chilling these days is let's smoke together. Like, if you not smoking, they ain't coming. If they can't bring their drinks, they ain't coming. So that's what it was. So people just, you know, more people starting to come. People lining their blunts, drinking, smoking. It's a good vibe. So we're going to fast forward to like maybe 2 hours later. So at this point, it's probably like 5 o'clock going on 6 o'clock. So mind you, people are smoking and stuff in the house, and this is when everybody's starting to come. Mind you, it was like an open invite, so people are in and out the party. I think the door was either left open or people just kept coming in and out the house, because if somebody was there, they'll leave to go pick up the other two homegirls or homeboys, and then come back, and then one of those homeboys or homegirls will leave, and then they'll bring more people, and then they will all leave and come back. So people, it was just in and out the house. And this is when my homegirl, you know, start to get a little annoyed and stuff. But it's because since it is a BNB, like, if you, like, you know, you get charged for this stuff, and they wasn't paying for it, they wasn't putting no money in. If stuff was to break or stuff was to you know, the expensive, whatever it is, they wasn't gonna put no money in. So people starting to smoke, they leaving their trash and stuff behind, they in and out the pool, like, you know, people just doing a little bit too much. And it was these boys, they was playing, you know, they was shooting dice, whatever. And so the owner kept calling. So that's what she said. So when we had already got there, like maybe 2 hours, whatever, the owner was calling. Like, I think she was like, don't make noise, like, don't make a lot of noise or something, or like, don't leave trash or something behind. I don't know, whatever she was saying, she kept calling. And when the owner would call, my homegirl, she would answer the phone. So Amari's answering the phone, and then she'll come back outside and tell them, like, can y'all be quiet because I can't hear what the lady's saying on the phone. And then, you know, people hard-headed, like, they be feeling like, you know, when people just be doing too much, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's none of y'all house. It's not even my homegirl's house, but at the end of the day, it's her money that it's her house for those 2 nights that she had rented it. So she's telling them, like, hey, can y'all be quiet because I can't hear what the lady's saying on the phone. They're like, yeah, we'll be quiet. It's like a classroom. Like, you know, when people be like, be quiet, and they'll be quiet for 2 seconds, and then they'll start talking all loud again. Then you tell them again, and then they start talking all loud again. So she's getting irritated, and she had already had a little bit to drink. She wasn't drunk or tipsy, but she was just, you know, she had like a little bit to drink. So she kept coming outside. She was yelling at them. She was like, y'all, she said, everybody shut the fuck up. Like, she was like, I can't hear what the fuck she's saying on the phone. Damn. So that's what she's saying. She's getting mad and stuff. And I'm looking at her like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, do you want me to get the phone? Like, are these people blowing yours? Like, she was just annoyed. And then that's when people just really started to get like a little, because it is an open invite, so we didn't really know every single person at the party. But yeah, so she's coming back outside telling them, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I can't hear what she's saying on the phone. She walked through these man's dice game. Like, they literally, dollars on the floor, dice on the floor, they shooting. She telling them, like, y'all be quiet. She walked through the games, kicked over they dice and money. She said, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, she was like, y'all doing too much. Like, I told y'all to be quiet, da 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 da. And then they looking at her like, at this point, she blowing theirs. Like, she's getting on their nerves. So everybody's just a little annoyed because she kept coming back, telling them, like, be quiet and stuff like that. And then they was sitting there like, how is this a party if we're supposed to be quiet? But, like, mind you, she wasn't even outside when they was saying all that. But I'm just sitting there like, I mean, the owner keeps calling, so obviously y'all doing like a little bit too much or something. Or like the owner was just probably calling to check, or I don't even know what the owner was saying, to be honest. But I just know she kept calling. And there was cameras all over the house or whatever. I'm sorry, y'all, hold on. And then this one girl, mind you, I'm still outside. I was talking to this one boy, whatever. We were sitting there chilling, whatever. Yeah, so yeah. So this girl, she just comes out. She was already outside, but she was like, where's the girl that keeps yelling? I said, because I know she's not talking about my homegirl. She was like, where's the girl that keeps yelling? Like, and then it was all like, yeah, like, why she keep yelling? Da, 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 da. Just, you know, just popping off at the mouth. Like, it wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was just like, you could tell Amari was getting on their nerves because she kept yelling at them, whatever. So that's when I believe some people left. Not a lot. It's like when they left, they brought back more people. Because, yeah, like, it wasn't that many people when the lady kept calling and stuff. I think the lady had told Amari, like, the capacity of people that can be in there was 15 people or like 30 or something, whatever. Like, but, you know, ain't nobody finna follow that, whatever, because it's a party. So, yeah, and it was way more than 30 people in there. So, so fast forward. So at this point, it's probably like 7, 8 o'clock. It's dark. And we still outside by the pool, whatever, chilling. And people, you know, people brought their drinks. People was smoking. At this point, I really didn't even notice until the party was over. But, like, none of the windows and stuff was open. It was just the door that was open. But I guess, like, you know, some people close the door because it's like, why you got the door open and stuff like that. But none of the windows and stuff was open. I mean, unless you was outside, then, like, I guess you wouldn't really tell. But if you was in the house, it was so foggy. Like, it was just blunts on blunts on blunts. Like, people literally just came there to smoke. People came already high and they came to the party to get more high. Like, it was crazy. So people running in and out the stairs, people drunk. This girl threw up in a cup. Like, it was people throwing up and stuff and whatnot. And mind you, I told you I had to take that shot. So I'm not feeling good. Like, I'm not feeling terrible, but I'm just I feel sick. And before I showed up, I ate a bowl of cereal. But when I took the shot, I had ate that cereal like 2 hours ago. So it wasn't like I didn't have nothing in my system. But yeah, but let me tell y'all. So I was just feeling sick. And I didn't feel sick as in like, oh, I was drunk or tipsy or anything like that. Like, I felt sick like it was disgusting. Like, it was so disgusting. Like, I feel like I had to throw it up. Like, I've never been drunk or nothing before, but like, I was still functioning the same. Like, everything was regular. Like, I wasn't on nothing crazy. Like, it was just like, it's so sickening. Like, it has to get out of my body. It's like dark now. The lady been calling, still calling, and we sitting at the table. I'm still outside the table where I told you where Blunt and them was. I'm sitting at the table with the boy I was talking to, and then another boy across from him, like his homeboy, and then this girl that came with the both of them. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the girl that came with the both of them was sitting at the end of the table. So she had been drinking and stuff, and you know, everybody in there was drinking, smoking, whatever, but she'd been drinking and stuff. So she's sitting there like this. She's sitting there like that, like she feels sick, whatever. And I wasn't feeling too good either, but I wasn't like that. So, y'all. So we sitting there talking, chatting, whatever. Next thing I know, this is her. So we like, oh yeah, and then like, yeah, let's do that song. You can smell what she drank. Like, it was just so nasty. It was so much, like, and it was next to me. I'm right here, like at the end of the table, like, you know, on the whatever. I'm right here. She's like right here. Does that make sense? Like, this is me, this her at the end of the table. She threw up, so I'm like, oh, like, girl, that was so sick. Like, you can see everything that she ate, and like, you can smell, like, it just smelled like vodka or Henny or whatever. It smelled like alcohol, and it was just so nasty. And she just kept throwing up. And then, girl, when I tell you about that table was like, and got up and left. Like, it was just so nasty. Who came and got her? I don't know. She ended up walking back in the house, but girl, you there on your own for now, because that stinks. So yeah, so she ended up throwing up, whatever. I'm still feeling sick or whatever, but like not toward the point where I don't want to move. So I'm still feeling sick, whatever. Now at this point, my homegirl's a little irritated because she's seen like something that happened at the party that was weird to her. Like, you know, she's seen something at the party that was weird. I don't want to say it upset her, but it was just like, nigga, you're a weirdo. She's seen some stuff that was weird. And then I'm walking up the stairs. Me and her are walking up the stairs, whatever, because her room was upstairs. So we're walking and we just in there chilling. She's telling me, she was like, yeah, like, why this nigga was like, you know, cupcaking and stuff like that. So I'm like, girl, he was what? Like, you're lying. And then mind you, how you being weird at, like, how you doing all that at her party? Like, how you messing with other girls at her event? Like, you know, whatever. So, I mean, that's not my story. So, yeah, whatever. I'm feeling sick or whatever. And at this point, I had went and ordered me some food. Because I said, if I don't get, like, I said I needed to eat. Like, I can feel it in my stomach that I was hungry. But, like, I didn't know what to eat. Like, it was no food there. It was snacks, like chips and stuff. But they was already there the night before. Because they had the BNB for 2 nights, I believe. Or 3 nights. I believe it was 3 nights or whatever. So, yeah. So, they had the BNB. And they already had like snacks and stuff like that. The snacks that was there was like pretty much already gone because, like I said, they was there from last night. So they didn't have no food or nothing there. Or not like real food. So I went and ordered me some Pollo Loco from DoorDash. I waited like 40 something minutes for that food, y'all. And then it finally came and I barely could eat it. She gets so annoyed. She's like, all right, bro. Like, she was like, I'm finna leave and stuff. I'm telling her like, no, like, you shouldn't leave and stuff. Like, she left to go get food with these other 2 girls. But I'm telling her like, no, like, just stay, like, and chill. Like, it's all right. And she was like, no, like, I'm gonna leave and stuff. And she was drinking and stuff. But like, what am I... Y'all, like, when I tell y'all I didn't want to get up, like, I really couldn't even be like, no, and like pull her back in the room or whatever and tell her don't leave, because I'm not, like, my body is not, I don't even know how to explain whatever up there to even get up to even move a foot. Like, girl. So she left. I'm just like, all right, like, whatever. So she left. I'm sitting there chilling in the bed. And then I'm laying down trying to eat my food. And then this boy just comes up, and he doesn't need a nickname, whatever. But this boy comes up, and he keep coming in and out the room. He's in this room. He going to the room across from me. He going to the upstairs, downstairs, just looking all over for something. And then he flipping over it was a mattress or something on the floor. And he looked and, just looking, turning the house upside down. Like, he was like, hey bro, like, did you see my wallet? I'm like, oh, I'm like, your wallet? Because mind y'all, I told y'all there was so many people in that house, in and out the house, people drunk, high, both. People just faded. Like, so he was like, did you see my wallet? Did you see my wallet? I'm like, no. Like, and I'm telling him, like, I would really help you look for it if I felt better, like, but I don't. So like, I'm just like, if I see it, I would tell you, like. But like, that's really all I could do. Like, right now I really can't help you look for your wallet, whatever. So he like, oh, like, all right, bro. Like, so he still look for this wallet, still searching high and low for it. And I'm just like, dang, I feel bad because, you got some money in there, your card, your license and stuff like that. Like, I hope he found it. I literally just felt like a wave of sickness in my body just come up. And I was on the phone with my homegirl, my other homegirl at the time. I said at the time. Whatever. I was on the phone with my homegirl, telling her, like, girl, like, oh my God, I took a shot, telling her I don't feel good and how the party is, like, crazy, whatever. And I get up and I rush to the bathroom, and then I just, like, just throw up all in the toilet and stuff like that. And this girl, she comes to the, she had to pee. She come to the bathroom. She was like jumping. We have to pee, like doing this. And she was like, do you want me to get you some water or something? And then I was like, no, I'm okay, because if I had drunk water, I just felt like if I ate anything at that moment, I was gonna just throw it up. So I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I just need to throw this stuff up. So she was like, okay. And then she came back to the bathroom, and then she was like, are you almost done? Because she had to pee. And then I'm like, yeah. And then also the boy who was looking for his wallet, he came in there and checked on me too. He was like, are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, you want me to get you a water and stuff like that? And I was like, I'm okay. I just need to go lay down. He was like, okay, I'm just making sure. He was like, are you sure you don't want water? I can go get it and stuff like that. So yeah, fast forward. So after I did that, I went back in the room and laid down. I'm like this. So I'm laying down. The next thing you know, I hear boom. I'm like, this is me. I said, oh, I jumped up so fast, and all of a sudden my body just felt better in an instant. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, what happened? Because mind you, my homegirl is not there. She was already irritated because the owner kept calling, people wasn't listening. And yeah, so it could just end up bad. So she left, and she was already irritated and stuff like that. So she wasn't there. So they sitting there like, yeah, so it was like boom. So I jump up, run down the stairs. I'm like, So I jump up and I run downstairs. I'm like, oh my god, like what's happening? And then it was like these last 2 steps, I didn't even go like bloop bloop. No, I just jumped down the last 2, and I looked to my left, and then they sitting there squabbling. Like, I'm like, oh. And they knocking down lamps, they knocking down pillows, that whatever, like whatever, that chair, they done pushed it, the furniture back up against the wall. Like, they starting there fighting. Everybody's like, oh, like, you know how people be during fights and stuff recording. And then I just sat there and I'm thinking like, oh my god, my homegirl finna be so mad. She's finna be so mad because she's not even here. And then that's when y'all start to fight. And then it's like, she already told y'all was doing too much, like with, you know, y'all was already doing too much in the beginning of the party. Now y'all sitting here fighting and stuff. And then it's not even like, you know, is she putting her money to this? So she's below. Like, are you dumb? And so yeah, so they started fighting. And then, all right, y'all, that's it for this portion of the story time. There is a part 2, but y'all have to tune in into that next week. I post every Saturday. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and comment down below what y'all think happened after the fight broke out. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.